0D. Pause. Stop. Call. My iPhone mic.
Okay, I'm back to my old tricks now. Don't tell me to use Backpack Studio. That's $15 just for an app when I can download BossJock without even having to bloody pay for BossJock. I don't even remember paying for BossJock, but it works just as good
Screen locked.
without having to fucking pay for any apps, you know. So I'm not interested in downloading fucking $15 worth of shit just to use an app that I can use anytime for what I want it for. You know, not trying to offend anyone, but that's how it is, you know. I'm not going to stuff around using an app that isn't even worth $15. You know, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it at all.
-5402799 dB. Speech off.
Hey, I've got it all working again. I can bloody finally do what I want to do with my app. Finally friggin' I can finally bloody use it properly and
30% charge.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I can finally do what I need to do with the apps, how I want to do things, and I need these biscuits. I can actually upload stuff to YouTube yet again without using the YouTube app. That's the most important thing for me. I can't understand people paying for apps when maybe $3 is okay, but $15, no, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, but wasting money on phone apps really isn't my cup of tea when I can download a cheap as rats app for $1 or $2 and get exactly the same shit that I want out of an expensive app. I'm sorry, that's just me. I'm eating some yummy butternut biscuits. I'm soon going to be microwaving a meal that I put in the freezer the other night. Yeah. I have to say I did a fair bit with my phone today, and for me that's just as good as any. Oh well, when I start doing outings again, I'm going to do another audio recording. I have O&M next Wednesday. Get ready for a fucking recording. I can assure you, I am fucking doing one. I will not be able to use headphones, as this will make me very conspicuously noticeable, and I need to hear what's going on with O&M. So I'm probably going to put on a jacket or something that allows me to put my phone into a pocket, so that when I do recordings, people aren't going to know, are they? I'll be back to doing recordings of outings, just like I used to do, whether it be doctor's appointments or whatever. And with Recorder HQ, I can trim out anything I don't want in the recording, which is good news for me. Yeah, how is anyone going to figure it out? And I can use Boss Jock, or I can use Recorder HQ to do recordings. I don't know about Backpack Studio. You know, from what I've heard of it, you've got to download recordings, and if you want it on YouTube, you've got to export it to Movie Maker. You know, to iMovie or whatever it's called, and I'm not doing any of that. It's just as easy for me to use BossJock and do the very same thing. I don't need Backpack Studio. If I wanted it, I would get it. And it's bloody $15 for an app that BossJock does. Exactly the same stuff for. So, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not getting Backpack Studio. But hey, I'm excited to know that I can now do recordings to upload them on YouTube yet again. I'm very excited. Yeah. And my iPad is like 256 gigabytes of storage space, so if I run out of space in the phone, I can just keep using the iPad. The thing is, I need to buy a new phone anyway, because I need to get a really massive storage space in the phone. And everyone says, oh, you only need 56 or 64 gig or whatever, because a lot of memory. It's like, you don't know how much stuff I download into the phone, and you don't know how often I use it. The more you use technology, the more memory you're required to utilise, because of how much bullshit stuff that I happen to do, like, you know, downloading books, music, whenever I've got music and apps and stuff like that, recordings, you know, it takes up more memory than you think. And I've already used up like 29, so nearly 30 gigs of memory now. It won't take me long to use up 64 gig of memory. And I can keep on deleting stuff that I don't need over and over again, but the more memory I've got to start with, the better it'll be, the easier it'll be for me to keep my stuff in order without having to run out of storage space all of a sudden when I need it. So, yeah, I need the biggest amount of memory in an iPhone I can get, and when I bloody get it, I'll be having a great time. So, I guess that's the good news about getting my recordings up and running again. Right. Okay. Oh. Yeah. My throat is giving me the shits today. Wait for the spin to fill right up before I change it, I think. Yeah, do I want another cup of coffee? I think I do actually. I'll have a drink of water too. Desperately need one. There. Need to do these stupid dishes too. Don't know. Someone chose to give me a fucking cold somehow. I don't know, but see, I picked it up from somewhere. Now I'm bloody suffering. Bloody suffering for it. Put the dishes away and do the dishes and chit chat while I'm doing them. That's the best thing I reckon. Yeah. So. Fucking mate guard that I thought I needed. But maybe I don't need it after all. Just fucking dishes here to get rid of. Okay. Alright, hang on.
Speech. Pause. Speech. Speech minus pause button. Minus 11 pause. iPhone microphone. Speech off.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'm going to continue this recording that I've been, Actually, there's one thing that's really annoying about Recorder HQ. I have not tested Boss Jock Jr. with this yet. Sorry about this noise and coughing and spitting up, guys. I can't help it today. I'm not feeling too good. I'm exercising in a gentle way because without giving you too much information, the contraception pill heightens the risk of blood clots, and when you turn 35 the risk is higher. So I'm not doing anything strenuous because I don't do strenuous exercise when I'm a bit sick. So it's like I feel sick, but I'm not severely sick, if that makes any sense. I'm not well, but I'm not dying either. I'm just suffering from something. Whatever I'm suffering from, I'm like, fuck off, you're making me miserable. But I'm not entirely dying. But with that said, I have to do nice, gentle, little pottering around, movement, walking, little bits and bobs exercise, because if I don't, I might end up getting blood clots anywhere. Well, might meaning I can possibly get blood clots anywhere in my body, and they'll have to be treated with blood thinners. So the risk is still there, even with exercise, but not, it lowers the risk. So it doesn't entirely stop the risk of blood clots. Like, it can still happen, but if I lie around and I go, oh, well, I'm miserable, I'll just stay in bed for a week, then there is a guarantee of blood clots. If I keep doing exercising and eating as well as I can, there's still that bit of a probability that I'll get a blood clot, but it's not as likely. So it may, just because it can happen, it probably won't, but there is a low probability if I'm exercising, and there's a very high probability of getting a blood clot if I'm doing nothing for more than 8 hours. So if I haven't moved in 8 hours, then I need to start moving, and if I'm so sick that I can't do anything without spewing or without feeling absolutely terrible in some way, then I have to go to the doctor and get blood thinners to take them. And then we have to discuss, do I take them for the rest of my life, or do I just take them for a few weeks until I'm well enough to exercise again? And then I would have to come off them and see how I go. Will that work out or not? You know, I'd have to go through that discussion if I get really, really crook. So I sort of have to be careful with that situation. So that's the sad news, but the good news is I'm sick enough to be, I don't want to go out, I don't want to go outside, I don't want to walk to the shops, but I'm able to at least potter around in my unit, feed myself, get a drink, do the dishes, go to the toilet, you know, too much information. But if I can do all of that, then I don't need to go to the doctors immediately to get more medicine. If I can't do any of that, then I have to get medications and all this other shit for a number of months until I'm a number of weeks at this stage, until I'm totally back to feeling well. But that is only a discussion for if I do get more sicker. But until then, it's just a bit of a cold that's making me sick, and I'll come good in a few days. And if it's still there next week, I'll just play it by ear and see how well I feel about going out or not going out, and just go from there, I think. You know, I just have to see what happens. I could be okay by Monday, I might not be, but we'll just see what happens. Yeah. Let's just play it by ear, hey, and see what actually happens, because I should, in all likelihood, be okay, but you never know. If I'm still sick, it just means I'll stay home that little bit longer. That's all, really. Otherwise, I'm reasonably okay. I'm not the best in the world, but I'm okay enough to be okay. If that makes any sense. So, yeah. I think I might do the dishes while the microwave's going. But yeah, I haven't done an I haven't done an update on recording for YouTube for so long that I'm going to end up taking ages to do this update. If I can get up there. So, yeah. lazy today. I'm just going to put my stupid saucepan and shit over here somewhere. Like people do. So, yeah, whatever. When I'm slack, I'm slack. I'm hardly ever that way. I don't know myself when I feel like cracking. I'm just slack as bloody shit. Can't do nothing when I'm like that. Can't do anything. I'm actually glad that I cooked yesterday because I wasn't feeling too bad yesterday. But today I just feel like absolute shit. Absolutely shit today. I wish the support worker had taken me out yesterday when I wasn't feeling so horrible, you know, but, oh, let me fill up this bloody sink. Do it that way, because that way I don't waste any fucking water. Seem to waste a lot of water lately. Yeah, there are fears that Queensland is going to go into another coronavirus lockdown, but I feel a bit depressed about having to, you know, not live my normal, usual life that I used to have, but because I've got a different lifestyle, it's the same lifestyle, but I've got a different routine to suit the way I like to live now. It's a bit like I'm not as depressed because I can go from my current routine now to gardening. Well, I have to do gardening every day anyway, almost every day to keep the plants going. I would be able to still get other support workers to take me swimming and go to judo and stuff when everything gets back to totally being normal. And yet the routine I've created now with online shopping, gardening at home, like all these home projects are still going to happen. They'll just be in addition to my other routine which doesn't exist at the moment, but this will be in addition to my other routine. So when my other schedule does come back online, when this bloody fucking pandemic is bloody frigging over, then not only will I be doing late night shoppings on Thursdays and on some Friday nights, but I will be swimming and running and hiking and all this other bloody shit that I used to do, that I don't do anymore. And sort of do, run around in the city, like that's boring. You know, all of this other bloody crap that I used to do will be happening, right? So I'm not so depressed with my current lifestyle that I've created, but I am really depressed that over not being able to actually do my other typical scheduled life activities because they're on hold, and when they're back on board, I will not only have my current lifestyle situation going, you know, with doing stuff at home, I'll also get my other schedule back, which means I will need to find another support worker on Mabel for late night shopping. You know, and I'll get the schedule I had before COVID. The only difference is I will have the addition now of gardening at home and online shopping and all of this other stuff that I didn't do pre-COVID, I will be able to do now after or post-COVID. I'll be able to do all this stuff post-COVID. So I sort of feel like I'm depressed in a way, but I'm less depressed in other ways, if that actually makes any sense. like I'm depressed that I lost my other scheduled worker for late night shopping. I lost my other schedule that I had going really well for 3 months or something like that. Yeah, about nearly 3 months. And now I've got a new schedule that I like at the moment, but when I get my other routine back, and I hope I get my other support worker back too, then it basically means that I will also be able to do what I'm doing now that I wasn't doing pre-COVID. I'll be able to do what I'm doing now post-COVID pandemic, and I will have my other schedule back that I had before COVID. So it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. It's bittersweet. So that's the good news with it all, with all of this. If I hadn't have woken up sick today, I bet you I would not have even considered fixing up these recording apps, talking to another YouTube subscriber about it, and I probably would never have known any better that actually, hey, I can upload recordings to YouTube using a few different apps, and I actually can do things with my voice app, recording apps, to make the recordings more decent, as it were, when I do recordings. I wouldn't have even thought of any of this today. So it's like getting sick has its blessings. Getting sick isn't what you want, but you do kind of get what you want, if that makes any sense. If you're sick, you'll end up doing things that you would have never thought of. You know, so it's kind of made my life easier to say, hey, I need a rest, I'm not well. Not that I like to lie to anyone, because I just tell the truth, but, you know, it's all happened in a negative way to create, if this doesn't confuse anyone, to create a positive outcome. Yeah, I just can't believe it, you know. It's unfriggin' believable that, yeah, I can actually have a rest because I'm not well, and then think, oh shit, I've just realised I can do all these different things with recording apps that I didn't think I could do. And, you know, look, I've got uploads for YouTube up and running yet again. You know, like, this is quite amazing. And I can make the decision to use Boss Jock Jr. for my recording. And in certain situations I can use the mic trigger, and I can use the mic lock and unlock button. Yeah, it's just easier for me to do these sorts of recordings. Yeah, I think I might have a cuppa. Yeah, so I guess that means I can do more cooking recordings. I guess it means I can do more bloody outing recordings. Oh my god, I'll be honest with you. Oh no, I'm recording next week. Oh my god. Oh, it might not come out very well. You mightn't hear it very good. But it'll be better than, well, if you can hear it reasonably okay, then you'll get some use of hearing my recordings. You know, you'll get to hear what goes on when I go out. And if you don't hear my recordings, we can figure something out to make them better. That's what we can do. That is what we can and will do. So yeah, getting sick might be exactly what I go looking for, but it certainly creates a lot of bloody things that I wouldn't have even thought of if I wasn't sick.